shifts me so that I'm very present. It also shifts you so that we can be present, let go of all the things that we have to think about, and just give ourselves this time. This is our weekly distance Reiki share, and we are here every Tuesday morning from 9:30 a.m. to 11 a.m. Pacific time, and it's always a free Reiki share. This one is a special share, which is our Reiki gratitude ceremony. We have been offering this ceremony for years in person, both in our in-person Reiki shares here in Portland, Oregon, and then also at the Reiki retreats, both in New York and in Sedona. Those are the international Reiki retreats that are always on Labor Day here in the US, which is like the first weekend in September. So this year, of course, we needed to be virtual at the Reiki retreat. And so we offered this ceremony there and found that it worked really well. The other tremendous blessing that we received and are so grateful for is that many of the songs that Pam and Don sing are from an artist named Karen Drucker. And as you know, you really need to either be licensed or get permission from a musician to use their music in this kind of a style. It's one thing if we were just doing it for just this meeting, but it was our intention to post this on YouTube for all the people who can't be here live today. A lot of people emailed and said, please make sure we can get this afterwards. So I wrote to Karen Drucker, karendrucker.com, and that will all be in the descriptions. We'll send out, that you can find this out, and asked her about what it would take to use her music. And she wrote back and said, please use it. I'm so glad to hear that you are spreading this music. My intention is always to just share the song heart to heart. And so she has given us permission to use her music. Pam and Don have been singing her music for years, as well as their own. And so the other piece that is our tremendous blessing, because Karen gave us this permission, then Pam and Don can sing live with us. And they are actually what are called ceremonial singers, as well as their own music and musician. But in this context, they are ceremonial singers. And what that means is that the songs that come through are shared through the heart, and they carry the energy of the ceremony with them. The blessings of the songs, the blessings of the word, and the actual sound that comes through. So it's also like a tremendous level of sound healing that comes through. And again, we have been doing this together for a lot of years. So tremendous blessings that we found out even just like the middle of last week that we could do all this way. So we're excited to bring it to you. Again, I do want to do some instruction on how to do the ceremony for yourself or your own community, how to find the resources about the ceremony, how to find Pam and Don after the ceremony on their Facebook page and with the offerings that they have. They are amazing teachers, Reiki masters, healers, sound healers, and breath work healers. Pam has been, and Don have been teaching this breath work for years. And also we want to let you know about that. So Pam, do you want to go ahead and just share a little bit, since that's the direction the conversation went? Go ahead and share your information.
Sure. I have been doing transformational breath work since 95, I think, and then Reiki in 96. So those two paths have been very interwoven in my life. And we do have a healing center in Western North Carolina called Heartspace Center of ONEness, which of course now is not accepting clients because of COVID. So we too are switching to online reality and trying to keep up with the changing times. And I just want to thank Colleen so much for being a wonderful mentor and example of how this can work, and the real wonder of it and the benefits of it, because there's a part of me in the beginning that was just like, oh no, this is never going to work. And I'm finding out every time I do something that it really does work. And so we can all be here together today because it works. Our website is heartspace.com, and my Facebook page is Pam McMahon, McMahon, like McMahon. The regular things I do are every Tuesday night, and I'll be there tonight at 8 o'clock on Facebook Live. I do something called the Porch of Peace, where we spend about an hour doing a little bit of breath work, a little bit of guided meditation. Sometimes we use some Reiki techniques to bring ourselves into our own sanctuary of peace. And then as an act of service, we send that out to the world at large and all the beings on planet Earth. And so that is just there every Tuesday night at 8. And every second Wednesday, every third Wednesday of the month. No, it's the second. Every second Wednesday of the month, we do a singing circle. And it's not a concert, it's a chance for people just to come online and sing together. And we started this at our local community co-op 5 years ago, and we would meet once a month and just sing our hearts out. And now we're not meeting and singing except on we do that on Facebook Live as well, because there are issues with Zoom doing that. So second Wednesday of the month, every Tuesday night, I'm on there live, and I'd love to have you join us. And thank you so much for being here, and excited to be with all of you.
Oh, thank you, Pam. And just a side note, the 8 p.m. is Eastern time.
Yes, all my times are Eastern time. Yeah. Sorry, I forget.
I've learned that the hard way. So, and Robin, you want to go ahead and say hi?
Okay, and let me change my camera. So hi everyone, I'm here too. I'm in the same room as Colleen, so I'm keeping myself on mute, and really excited to be here. I'm kind of behind the scenes today, working the cameras, doing all of the kind of producing type stuff, which is actually really fun. So here's the few views that we're looking at. This table is actually right in front of me. These are our gratitude ceremony centerpieces. So we'll be looking at that view most of the time from my camera. And then we also have, let's see, getting all my cameras straight. The peace grid is here. That is next to Colleen, and she'll be demonstrating some things with that. Hello. And then we also have, let's see, this camera angle, and we'll switch it up just a little bit once we actually get over there. And that's where we will be lighting candles for everyone, and we'll have it on this camera angle while Pam and Don are singing, and we will be lighting candles for everyone. So lots to be grateful for today, big kind of stuff in Colleen and I's personal life with friends, and all good. And so we are just very glad to be here. So be kind of paying attention to the chat as much as I can, and producing, changing camera angles, all that kind of stuff. And always love having Pam and Don. They're like some of the coolest people ever. So I put their information in the chat, the links to their website, their Facebook. It's also in the email from Reiki Lifestyle that had the Zoom link. So you can find Pam on her Facebook and obviously her website too. She's pretty active on her Heartspace website though, where you can find the Porch of Peace. So just so everybody knows. Well, and while I'm at it, why don't I go ahead and share screen?
Oh, sure.
Yeah, okay, since I'm here. So just so everybody knows, in that Zoom link email that we sent, we also sent out a bunch of resources. So we have been releasing resources around gratitude ceremony this whole month. So you can see, here's Pam and Don's information, just in case this went into spam or you just, went to find the link quickly. We have a little GIF here on how to make a gratitude ceremony in a minute or less. The full gratitude ceremony instructions that you can find on our website. We also recorded our Reiki and Gratitude article that we released on the podcast. An excerpt from our ceremony webinar on how to adapt the gratitude ceremony for your Thanksgiving dinner. And Colleen will show you a little bit about that too. But this is about a 10-minute video on how we do it in our Thanksgiving dinner and how we adapt it to do that. And it's on YouTube, and you can find it there. And then we also released yesterday the Iroquois Thanksgiving address on the podcast and on YouTube. And so I'm just going to go, here's Pam's Facebook, since I had it up. And also where to find some of these things on our website. So you can find the gratitude article here under the Reiki library. You can find the full instructions for the gratitude ceremony under Reiki ceremonies. We also have other free downloads. And then you can also find the podcast here on the podcast tab, and anywhere that you listen to your podcast. We're streaming on all devices. And then you can see our Reiki Lifestyle YouTube and all of the things that we've been putting up there as well. So I think that's it from my end.
Thanks. Okay, there we go. Okay, well, thanks. Well, I really am going to go ahead and go into the prayer. And then one of the camera angles that we have has some of the steps for creating the ceremony and some of the centerpiece steps. And that is just some tips and tricks. So I'll go over that too. And then we'll go ahead and start the ceremony after that. All right, so go ahead and take a moment and close your eyes. Take some deep breaths and place your hands in Gasho, which is two hands coming together in front of your heart. And just breathe in. And as you breathe in the light of Reiki, the life force, the color and the vitality, the light force of Reiki. And as you breathe in, the light from the highest heavens is here and present and revealed to you. It flows through your hands and into your heart, through your breath and flows through your whole body. The power of love, power of the divine mind, and the power of the pure heart, the light of the earth, the light of the heavens, and the light within, all revealed as your perceptions expand and awaken and your senses heighten to new possibilities as you open your heart and receive. Bring your energy in close to you now and place your hands comfortably on your body. Imagine your light anywhere that it is spread out and dissipated at the edges, your auric field bringing it back in close to you, concentrating all around you. And take this moment to let go of all the things you needed to think about to arrive here in this moment, and all the things you need to think about later. And give yourself this time to receive and to be about you and for you. To heal those areas where gratitude and thanksgiving is blocked or limited, and to empower you with the gratitude that is the truth of your authentic self, part of your spirit. And sometimes it can seem as if it can be hidden because of the ways and worries of the world, hidden from your own view. And so we come together today to say thank you, to empower gratitude, to empower thanksgiving, to empower the light, to empower peace, as we join together the people of all the spiritual paths, religions, beliefs, and the diversity that is here, to share together our common goal of contributing wellness to this earth, wellness to life in our own lives, and life on earth in all its forms. Breathe deeply now as we welcome the enlightened ones, the illumined ones who join us here, those beautiful beings of the light of Reiki, the sacred ones and beloved ones of each of you, our brothers and sisters in the light, the divine animal kingdom, and the tree of life reaching into the earth and to the heavens. And right here in the center in your heart, breathe deeply now as you breathe in the power of love, divine mind, and pure heart within you, shining all around you, the light, filling you, filling your breath, awakening and revealed now. Take some more deep breaths and just bring yourself here into this moment, right where you are right now. And even though you may take this out into the world for others or share it in your own holiday meals, today is about you and for you. And so we say thank you. Look into your heart and say thank you to you. We say thank you to each other. We say thank you to the enlightened ones. And we say thank you to the teachers who come before us and the descendants who come after. We welcome the light of grace, the light of beauty, the light of gratitude, the light of wholeness, the light of compassion, the light of forgiveness. And through the power of grace, we are empowered today in this beautiful frequency of gratitude. Ahom Takwasam. Namaste. Amen. Amen. And so it is. Ashe. Thank you. Okay. Okay, well, what I'd like to start with now is sharing the, Robin, why don't you go ahead and do the screen sharing on the piece grid here. So I'd like to just share about the ceremony itself and some of the elements in the ceremony. The peace grids were placed at the North and South Pole by William Rand. He placed one in Jerusalem, one is in Japan, one is in Michigan, and one is in Hana, Hawaii at the Reiki centers there. And the inscription on the peace grid says, "May the followers of all the world's religions and spiritual paths work together and create peace among all people on earth." And then he placed 12 symbols in front of each of the crystals that represent some of the world's religions and spiritual paths. One also is there for all others, and also independent spiritual path, and also atheism and agnostic, all the different beliefs. There's no required belief. So this is involved in the ceremony, and also this particular piece grid for me is part of my altar, because I always like to have my altar present when I'm in ceremony. The other thing that will happen with this piece grid is that on the table with the centerpieces are crystals that are being blessed with gratitude for each of you. And we will be collecting those and keeping those with our piece grid through the year. Okay, then the other thing that I wanted to share with you are the centerpieces, and then I'll tell you why it all came together after that. So the centerpieces that I created were given to me in a vision, and they were given to me in a vision in a powerful prayer period, not a single prayer, but over a length of time, when I was meditating and doing self-Reiki under this beautiful tree that we lived under on our farm we lived on for 20 years. And the tree's name was Beauty, very much a tree of life. And I was actually shown this centerpiece like in an image, which doesn't always happen for me. It just happened to this time. So as many of you know, I also have been, very engaged in shamanic work as well, and many of the native traditions, and had many native teachers. So part of my personal way of expressing spirituality can also include some of those practices. And this particular prayer that we use for the gratitude ceremony, the Thanksgiving address, or the words that come before all else, are a gift to the people from Iroquois elder Chief Jake Swamp. And he gifted it to the people to use as what is called a giveaway. And a giveaway means that he invites us to use these words and use this ceremony in our own way. Because otherwise, typically, when you are using any native traditions or including any native traditions, they really ask you that you have the training for that and that you use it exactly as it is given. When it's a giveaway in this style, that is a gift that we are able to utilize the ceremony this way. So the centerpiece that I have here, and what are the big centerpieces on the table, this is actually dirt. And the dirt is there so that I can put the flowers in it and the flowers will live. So the dirt that I'm using here is mole dirt, M-O-L-E, like the little animal, the little mole. And I got this out in my backyard. We have plenty of it. They're quite busy right now, and there's some pretty big mounds. And that is very much a native tradition in the concept and the idea that this dirt has been dug freshly from the earth and is untouched, fresh earth. Now, when I travel to the New York ceremonies or sometimes, or if I don't have mold dirt, then I do use some kind of a soil, like I'll even buy it in a potting soil bag type of a thing if I need to use that. And so then you can see that there are 4 crystals, and those are honoring the 4 directions: north, east, south, and west. And then you can also see this plate that has the sacreds that go on the ceremony plate. And so the sacreds are lavender, that's my Celtic background; cornmeal, this represents feeding the people. And these are all blessed. I've already filled them all with Reiki, imbued everything with Reiki. I put in some bird seed to feed the animals, and some sage for cleansing. And then also tobacco is a sacred herb in native traditions, and very different than how we think of tobacco. It's a spiritual herb for them. And so all of those are the various sacreds, and you can use anything that is sacred to you. I also showed another plate here that this is Epsom salts, and I just put that in the center instead of dirt. But that's something different because the dirt is there, so I can use the flowers. So then, of course, there's a candle that goes in the center, and the tea candles that can go on the side. But also then when you put the, let me see which candle is where, or camera is where. When you put the flowers on, just a quick tip is cut the flower so it has a little bit of a stem so it can stick into the dirt. So the other thing that I do so that the flowers live longer is I actually have water, and before I put the flowers in, and actually even before I do the sacreds, I just pour water into the dirt so the flowers have water. And then fill up the whole centerpiece with the flowers to make it beautiful. And I also include a peace grid. So in the big ones that are on the table, they have a big peace grid under them. You can put that either under the dirt or put the peace grid under the, so you can see the square that's under the round. That's actually a big one of the peace grids. And then just another quick tip, you want to have some matches. So showing that, and I put the matches in a bowl, and then I also have another little bowl for the used matches to go into so that I have a place to put them. Those are just some quick tips. Then I also, these are the kind of ceremony crystals that are on the table that will be blessed during the whole ceremony. Now, we simplify this for our family meal, and we have different, do you have that one to put up, Robin?
Yes.
Okay, so Robin's going to put this one up. We use this Thanksgiving prayer at our dinner table because, as you will hear, it is something that I think everyone in all beliefs can use, because we are simply saying thank you to the people. We're saying thank you to the earth and everything on it, going all the way up to Creator. So what we did in this picture that you can see is that we actually wrote the Thanksgiving address on a piece of paper, just a 1/3 of a sheet, and put a crystal on it. We put a match on it, And because our family has such diverse belief systems, we simply told them to take a moment and think of what they are grateful for, and then light their own candle on their own plate.
Can you see my mouse?
Yeah, I can see your mouse. So we had candles lit in the centerpiece of the table. And then we also had a tea candle next to them so they could simply light their own gratitude right there. So there you go. That's what we do for our Thanksgiving dinner. And these are just some quick tips. Again, all of this information is in the email that we sent you, and it's also on our website, which is reikilifestyle.com. They're all free downloads, just giving you instructions for how you can do it yourself. You can create any centerpiece you want. And also, because the prayer is a giveaway from the Iroquois people and the elder Jake Swamp, you are also free to adapt it to make it something relevant and beneficial for your loved ones and your family and your community. The Iroquois people actually have a ceremony that's 4 days long that this prayer is done for 4 days. So we've done obviously a very shortened version of it. So I think that's everything. Is that, Robin, do you think that's everything? Yeah. Okay. And Dawn, I know that you always like to offer a prayer for the veterans. And so I don't know if you want to do that now or before you start any song. Take this time to open your prayer that is also in your tradition and in Native traditions as well.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah. I was taught when I came back from Vietnam, I was taught by Lakota and Apache, when we're singing, we always, anytime a circle is opened, anytime a celebration is open, we always thank Creator first and thank God, however you want to say that. And then the second thing we always thank are the veterans, because the Native Americans were telling me that without those, we can't have any of the other ceremonies, because they're the ones that go out and protect everyone. And so I always, whenever we play, I always like to thank the veterans, any that might be out there, and thank the families of veterans, and anyone who can keep veterans in their mind. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, and we will be having quite an opportunity to send our prayers to our loved ones, to all of the people that are really struggling right now, also to the people that, you know, are our frontline workers and the people all around the world. So we are here for everyone. We extend this prayer out that we create peace among all people on earth. So thank you. Okay, so I think we're ready to actually start the ceremony. So the way the ceremony will work is that there are different segments of the ceremony. And so we will be starting the ceremony, of course, with an invocation. And then we are also going to be going to the Garden of Forgiveness to release pain, to release any place that you are personally struggling, to feel gratitude, to find thanksgiving, or any other area in your life that you need this support. And one of the things to understand about forgiveness that we have seen in this ceremony is that forgiveness in this way is an actual frequency of grace that can be given and received. And the grace means that it doesn't mean that you have to approve of what needs to be forgiven. What it simply means is that you are released from any kind of power that any event or person or anything in this lifetime that needs to be released from you simply is released, and it's released into the light of compassion and the authority of compassion. Because the understanding is that we have, each of us, the divine right to be sovereign and to not have things have power over us, to limit us and to limit our personal joy, our personal right to be whole and to be healthy and to be in this light of gratitude. The other thing that we have really understood with all of this is that gratitude is also a frequency that is part of life force energy and part of the Reiki energy. That gratitude can be given to you and you can receive it as an external source of energy that can empower the gratitude within you in the places where it's difficult to find for yourself, and also can empower the gratitude where you are already in gratitude. It can make it even more powerful within you. And each of us has something that we can focus on right here in our hearts, that gratitude can be present. I have one that I just want to share with you guys today. As Robin said earlier, that we are in a personal place of gratitude. A very dear friend of mine, I've known her since she was 10 years old. She's my really long-term girlfriend's little sister, and of course now we're all in our 50s and 60s. Anyway, she has been on dialysis, needing a kidney transplant for 5 years now, and she actually received a kidney yesterday and is doing really well today. So, and also the friend that we talked about last week in the distance Reiki share that was in critical condition, he is now stable, and we're still sending lots of prayers to him, lots of recovery that he will be going through, but gratitude for where he is today. And we know that each of you has your own prayers, and so we extend this to everyone for your people as well, and any animals or beloved ones or wherever this is for you. Okay, so I think we are really ready. So what we'll do is we will go through the, I started to mention and kind of went into a whole thing about the forgiveness. We'll be going to the Garden of Forgiveness, giving you the opportunity to release what you need to let go of. The energy can do that for you. You can just simply say yes and let it scan your body. Reiki will scan your body. And the important thing to know about how Reiki works is that it will actually lift what you are releasing into the light, where what you let go of is healed. Also then, after we go to the Garden of Forgiveness, we'll be going to the field of all possibilities, where you will be receiving that frequency of Thanksgiving through the Thanksgiving address. And then what we'll be doing is actually lighting the candles of gratitude for you. When we're in person, we have you come to the table and light the candles for yourself. But we'll be doing that, Robin and I will be doing that for you. And we have candles here for all of you to light for gratitude for you. And then we will be together singing and sending the power of this prayer to the peace grids. And then we will also have a closing prayer. So I think that's everything. I'm thinking we may run over the 11 o'clock. We'll just have to see. We'll be close, but also for some of you, as you know, oh, hi, Vidya. I just saw your chat, and Vidya's from India. She is a beautiful colleague of ours. Anyway, so we may run over a little bit, but probably not too much. Okay, so we'll be in prayer. You guys can turn your videos off if you like, or you can leave them on if you like, however that feels comfortable to you. All right, Pam and Don will be singing in these places where we are in silence. So some of the time, like in the Garden of Forgiveness, we will be in silence, and the songs will be playing for you that will also be assisting in this energy. All right. Okay, so go ahead and take this time and close your eyes and take some deep breaths. Place your hands in Gasho and focus your attention on the space between your palms. As the light of Reiki fills your breath, the light of the beautiful ones that have joined us, the sacred ones, the illumined beings. As the light fills your breath, the archangels standing at the corners of the land and on every side all around you, and a great circle of life and great circle of light, the divine animal kingdom, the sacred ones and beloved ones of each of you here. Open your heart and receive now. Place your hands comfortably on your body and breathe. As you breathe in the light and the power of love. By every name it's called. Divine love fills your breath and flows into your body. And divine love awakens within you. It's right here at the core of your being, shining through your heart light, shining within, and shining in your own inner truth, awakening for you to see within you. And as you breathe in the light and the power of the divine mind, and the divine mind within you is revealed and awakens. As the divine mind awakens your higher thought, and your divine mind awakens your higher consciousness, your inner truth, your inner authority, your inner guidance. And the light of the divine mind fills your breath and awakens your authentic intuition, imagination, your instinct, your inspiration, insight, innovations, inventiveness, creativity, and manifestations. Here in your higher consciousness, awakening the field of all possibilities. And as you breathe in the light and the power of the divine heart, the pure heart. And the pure heart within you awakens and is revealed as your heart light shines. And your heart light shines in front of you and behind you, on each side, above you and below you. Your heart light shines within you. And your field of light is very close in around you, and all the beautiful light of Reiki, from the light of the earth and the light of the heavens, fills your breath and surrounds you. The beautiful beings of the light fill the light with their light, filling your breath, awakening the light within you, igniting your own spirit. Sometimes it seems as if it can be hidden from your own view, caused by layers created by the ways and worries of the world. And you've come here today to let those go, to let them be healed all the way back to the original cause. And so the light envelops those layers and lifts the burdens of them from you, the cords, the connectors, the attachments, any old oaths or curses or vows or promises or spells spoken or declarations at this time in your life or any other time in your soul's history. This lifetime, other lifetimes, ancestral histories. Those layers that hide you from your own view release into the light where they can be healed all the way to their original cause. And so you breathe in the light, and the light fills your breath and awakens the light within you, here in your body, as the light of the earth rises through you. The light of God fills your breath and is unified right here within you, that you remember your divine spirit and your human spirit are here and one. There's a beautiful bridge of light in front of you now. And the light on the bridge is stunning and sparkling, shining. The light from the highest heavens is shining on everything. And there are illumined beings on the bridge. And they invite you to cross to the other side with them, to the place where all there is love. And so you decide that you'd like to step onto the bridge and cross to the other side. And as you step onto the bridge, you're filled with the beautiful colors of red flowing through your body, the light of creation and the colors of the earth awakening within you. And you continue across the bridge through the orange and the yellow like sunlight shining through your heart, the light like the light filling your breath. And you can hear the songs of angels, and their songs begin to wash away any of the weariness of the world. And you can see under the bridge is the river of life, and it's flowing from sacred mountains in the distance. And the river is pure and clear and beautiful. And the illumined beings are celebrated and celebrating you. And you walk across through the color of green, the color of your heart, and the green fills your body, and color of blue and indigo and violet, and find yourself on the other side, empowered by your own colors, bright and strong, present within you. You find yourself on the other side of the bridge, the most extraordinary place. All there is love here. And it's right here, all around you. And it's right here within you. Your hands are flowing through your body, comfortably resting on your body and flowing through you now. As this light and this frequency of all there is love within you is revealed. The light of grace is shining, filling everything with amazing grace. You see a pathway leading along the river, and you decide to follow the path. and follow the river of life. You can see on the river banks, there's every kind of light. And the light is shining on the waters, beautiful colors, prisms of light. And the animals greet you. You can see the tree of life in the distance. And up ahead of you now is the Divine Mother, the beautiful being, inviting you. And she's inviting you to her garden. And so you walk through the gateway of her beautiful garden and can smell the sweet fragrance of the flowers. And you can hear the songbird. The smallest songbird sings the greatest sound. And it fills your heart. The illumined beings are here with you. The angels, the circle of the divine animals, the sacred ones and beloved ones of each of you. And the Divine Mother guides you now. And she guides you to a beautiful bed filled with rose petals and invites you to lie down and to receive. She says this is a beautiful place to receive the light of forgiveness on the light of grace, and invites you to lie down here on the rose petals. The light from the heavens descends now as you are surrounded by illumined beings, the songs of the angels, and the grace of forgiveness, the grace of compassion, and the light shines all around you as you are here letting go now of all that you are ready to release.
I will be gentle with myself. I will be gentle with myself. And I will hold myself like a newborn baby child. I will be tender with my heart. I will be tender with my heart. And I will hold my heart like a newborn baby child. And I will only go as fast as the slowest part of me feels safe to go. I will only go as fast as the slowest part of me feels safe to go. I will be gentle with myself. I will be easy on myself. And I will love myself like a newborn baby child. And I will only go as fast as the slowest part of me feels safe to go. I will only go as fast as the slowest part of me feels safe to go. Now I know I am gentle with myself. I am gentle with myself. And I hold myself like a newborn baby child. and I rock myself like a newborn baby child, and I hold myself like a newborn baby child, and I love myself like a newborn baby child. You are holy, holy, holy. You are holy, holy, holy. You are holy, holy, holy. You are holy. You are holy, holy, holy. You are holy, holy, holy. You are holy, holy, holy. You are holy. Spirit divine, come to me, feeling love is healing me. Open my eyes, allow me to see the beauty and love is surrounding me. I am holy, holy, holy. I am holy, holy, holy. I am holy, holy, holy. I am holy. I am holy, holy, holy. I am holy, holy, holy. I am holy, holy, holy. I am holy. Spirit divine, come to me, feeling love, healing me. Open my eyes, allow me to see the beauty and love surrounding me. We are holy, holy, holy. We are holy, holy, holy. We are holy, holy, holy. We are holy. We are holy, holy, holy. We are holy, holy, holy. We are holy, holy, holy. We are holy. We are holy. We are holy. We are holy.
And the light lifts your burdens from you. Any of the cords and connectors or attachments that may be holding your burdens to you. You can go ahead and just let them go now, knowing that they flow into the light of grace, where they can actually be healed all the way back to their original cause, wherever they began, going all the way back to you. So simply let them go. And as you are here in the bed of rose petals, and you open your eyes, and the Divine Mother and her extraordinary compassion and nurturing fills your breath, fills your light, and your wholeness, your Holy Spirit is revealed to you now. She hands you a goblet of the waters from the river of life, the living waters. And you take a long drink. And the waters are beautiful, from the primordial waters of creation, and the river of life that flows through you awakens and flows into your body. Sparkling light, effervescence, beauty, and fullness. And any of the places where you have felt as if you were dry inside or empty are filled with the river of life flowing through you. The light of the earth and the heartbeat of the earth beating in the same rhythm as your own heart. There's a celebration with these illumined beings now, and they invite you to walk with them through the garden and over to the field of all possibilities, for you to receive in this light of grace the power of gratitude and how it opens and fills your breath and flows through you, filling you with possibilities, ideas, solutions, innovations. And your heart fills with gratitude, and you look around you here in this extraordinary place. And you say, thank you. Thank you. And the beautiful beings guide you to the field of possibilities. It's a beautiful meadow filled with grass and wildflowers. There's life. Some of the animals are grazing, and the beautiful trees are in the distance. And as you walk through the grass, all these butterflies lift into the air, and each one of your possibilities. And you begin to just fill with all the ideas of gratitude and thanksgiving that are within you, awakening your holy self, your Holy Spirit, your whole self awakening. And as you step into the field and walk through the field, you're filled with extraordinary thanksgiving for the earth. And you find the most beautiful place to sit. And you can see the garden of forgiveness and the illumined beings that are here. There are children laughing in the distance, and the river of life is flowing nearby, and you can hear the waters and see the sparkling mist. And you listen now, and you listen inside and deep within, and right here on the outside of you and within you is all this thanksgiving. And now we all join together in this thanksgiving, each of us in our own field of possibilities, all of us empowering the field of possibilities. And together we say thank you. Thank you to our mother, the earth. She provides everything for us. She provides everything we need to live good lives. There are resources for all, and she shows us her abundant life forms. She fills our breath with the earth, the air, the fire, and the water, and the colors of creation. Our bodies are made of the earth. Give our spirit life. And so together we come and we join with one mind, and we say thank you to our mother, the earth. And now together we lift our minds higher and we say thank you to the waters of the earth, the oceans, those great oceans with tremendous depths and the mysteries and the depths of the sea. And we say thank you to the rivers and to the lakes, to the puddles the children play in, Thank you to the rain, and thank you to the water that flows through our faucets. We are so very grateful to have fresh water to drink. And so together with one mind, we say thank you. Thank you to the waters of the earth. And we lift our minds to the water dwellers, all the life in the waters. So many kinds of fish and sea life, the great whales and the playful dolphins, the jellyfish. As we see in the depths of the ocean that there are beings that we have never laid eyes on in all different and mysterious shapes. And so together with one mind, we say thank you to all the living things and the life in the waters. And we lift our minds even higher now to the plant nations. And we say thank you to the nature spirits and the plants that surround the earth. The plants bring us food and food for all living things. And they come in every single shape and size and color. And we are so very grateful for the plants. Like the dandelion that grows in the crack of the sidewalk. Beautiful yellow face shining up to the sun, showing us that beauty is everywhere and possible in every way. And we say thank you to all the food plants and to the medicine plants and the people who know how to use them, the nutrition for life on earth and the medicines that heal. The plant medicines, thank you, together with one mind. We say thank you to the plant nations. And we lift our minds even higher now to the animals. Oh, the animals of every kind that are here on the earth. Those that we think of as partners and companions that enrich our lives with joy. Like the love of a golden retriever showing us unconditional love and grace and happiness. And the wild animals that we see in the distance, the great animals of the plains, and the animals of the jungles and the forests, the animals of the cities. Together we say thank you. We are so very blessed by the beauty of the animals in every way, and each of us has in our own mind our beloved animals that we say thank you to. And we lift our minds higher now to the tree nations, the standing ones. Thank you. Some have been here as long as anything living on the earth, carrying the wisdom of the ages within them. The trees bring us gifts of shade and beauty and fruit and shelter. They filter our air and give us fresh air to breathe. And we are so very grateful for the trees. They bring to us wonder and awe in their beauty, and they teach us as the tree of life, the roots reaching into the earth, and the branches reaching to the heavens, and the stability of the tree to stand tall, sometimes even in the strongest winds. And so together with one mind, we say thank you to the trees. And now with one mind, we lift our minds even higher to the birds. Oh, those birds, the little ones that bless us with their songs, and they sing up the sun all around the earth. And they bring to us like the great eagle, the one who has been given to the people as the leader of the birds, soaring in the heavens, bringing us the ideas of flight, the whole blessing of soaring, of seeing our path from the distance, and the little birds right here in the trees, singing their greatest songs. And so together with one mind, we say thank you, and thank you to the birds. Oh, we love you so. And thank you now as we lift our minds even higher in gratitude for the four winds. The four winds encircle the earth and they bring us fresh air. They carry with them the wisdom of the grandmothers and grandfathers. And we can hear their wisdom when we listen. And the four winds encircle the earth. And it's the air that we breathe. And so together, we lift our minds to the four winds and we say thank you. And now we look to those great beings in the sky, the thunderers. The thunderers bring us power and they bring us rain, bringing us the water. And sometimes their sounds can even make us feel afraid, and quiver at the sound and with the excitement. So together we say thank you to the thunderers. And we lift our minds even higher now as we say thank you to our grandmother, the moon. Our grandmother, the moon, shines in the night sky with all her faces. She rules the tides of the earth and the cycles of life, the cycles of the women. And many people plant the plants according to the cycles of the moon. And we live by her beauty. All around the world, when we each look up, we see the same moon. And she blesses our night sky. And now we lift our minds even higher to our brother, the sun. The sun gives us light, and light is life, reflecting the beauty of creation in the light of the sun. And we are so grateful as the earth receives the light of the sun, the divine feminine receiving from the divine masculine in continuous growth and creation and manifestation of life and form and breath. And so together we say thank you to our brother, the sun. You rise every day and set every night for eons of time as we, the people, live within the lifespan, the cycles of life and the seasons of the sun. And now we lift our minds even higher together and we say thank you to the stars and the star nations that bring us the mystery and the vastness of the universe. And you light our night sky. For eons of time, the people have followed the stars to find their way home. And so together, the stars in the night sky, as the children wish upon a star and sing their beautiful songs to the night sky, together we say thank you, and we sing our song to the stars that they can be dancing in the night sky through our song. And now we lift our minds even higher and we say thank you to the enlightened ones that encircle the earth, those beautiful and blessed ones, the ascended ones, the bodhisattvas, the beautiful beings of the light who care for the earth and care for the life on earth. And together we say thank you to the enlightened ones. And now we lift our minds even higher, and with great and beautiful thanksgiving, we say thank you to Great Spirit. Thank you, Creator, God, Goddess, so many names that you are called, Divine One, Infinite One. Sometimes for some people, you are a biofield of creation and a moment of higher consciousness. And so together, through all the ways and believing that we are here in our hearts, together we say thank you. Thank you, Great Spirit. Thank you, great being of the universe. Shine on us and be our friend. And so with one heart, we shine this love, and we shine it all around us, here in this field of possibilities. And we take this time to look inside and to say thank you to ourselves, the people in our lives, our communities, humanity, and all the things that each of us is grateful for in our own lives. And so join us as we light these candles of Thanksgiving for you. And through the light of Reiki, each of you receives.
In this moment, in this place, I remember who I am. Letting fear and worry fall away from me, I open my eyes and see there is only love. There is only love. Love that heals, love that sets us free. There is only love. When I lose myself, when I think I've lost my way, I go inside, quiet my mind. I can hear Spirit gently say, there is only love. There is only love. Love that heals, love that sets us free. There is only love. There is only love. There is only love. Love that heals, love that sets us free. There is only love. God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. Love is my source. Love is my power. Love gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. Love gives me everything I need. Peace is my source. Peace is my power. Peace gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. Peace gives me everything I need. Grace is my source. Grace is my power. Grace gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. Grace gives me everything I need. Joy is my source. Joy is my power. Joy gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. Joy gives me everything I need. God is my source.
God is my source. God is my power.
God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. God is my source. God is my source. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. God gives me everything I need. God gives me everything I need.
You're such a booba. You're such a booba.
Go ahead and take a moment as you close your eyes. And together now, we take this time to send a prayer to our own personal loved ones, to any place that we would like to send Reiki to. And we'll do that together. So you can speak the names out loud. Each of you is on mute. And you can speak the names out loud to all that you would like to send Reiki to. And we'll take a few minutes to do this.
Christopher. Jean.
Catherine and Jonathan.
My parents, grandparents, children, my husband. My family and friends.
My family and friends and hold on a second.
And we take this time now to send our prayer out over the ocean. We send our prayers to the people of the world, to the animals, to the trees, the earth itself. And we take this time to send our prayers to the peace grid, the North Pole, the South Pole, Japan, Jerusalem, Michigan, and Hawaii. And we ask that the people work together to create peace among all people on earth.
I send my love over the mountain. I send my love over the sea. I send my love into the heavens, and it returns to me. I send my love over the mountains. I send my love over the sea. I send my love into the heavens, and it returns to me. I send my joy over the mountains. I send my joy over the sea. I send my joy into the heavens, and it returns to me. I send my peace. I send my peace over the mountains. I send my peace over the sea. I send my peace into the heavens, and it returns to me. I send my healing over the mountains. I send my healing over the sea. I send my healing into the heavens, and it returns to me. I send my love over the mountains. I send my love over the sea. I send my love into the heavens, and it returns to me. And it returns to me. And it returns to me. How could anyone ever tell you you are anything less than beautiful? How could anyone ever tell you you are less than whole? How could anyone fail to notice that your loving is a miracle?
how deeply you're connected to my soul. How could anyone ever tell me, put your hands on your heart, I am anything less than beautiful? How could anyone ever tell me I am less than whole? How could anyone fail to notice that my loving is a miracle? How deeply I'm connected to my soul. And how could anyone ever tell us we were anything less than beautiful? How could anyone ever tell us we are less than whole? And how could anyone fail to notice that our loving is a miracle? How deeply we're connected to our soul. How deeply we're connected to our soul.
Oh, and we bring our prayers now together in this just amazing community, as the circle is always divinely ordered. And we are so very blessed to be here together. For those of you that are joining us here and live, and those who listen later, we join together in gratitude and thanksgiving. Look inside yourself and say thank you to you. And we say thank you to each other. And these enlightened ones that join us, and the teachers who came before us, and the descendants who come after, as we are here today together as bringers of the light, empowering the light and empowering the love within. Thank you.
If the people live their lives as if it were a song, a singing out of light provides the music for the stars to be dancing circles in the night. If the people live their lives as if it were a song, a singing out of light provides the music for the stars to be dancing circles in the night. If the people live their lives as if it were a song, a singing out of light provides the music for the stars to be dancing circles in the night. If the people live their lives as if it were a song, a singing out of light provides the music for the stars to be dancing circles in the night. To be dancing circles in the night. To be dancing circles in the night.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And we say thank you to each other. Thank you so much for everybody that is here with us. Thank you, Pam and Don. Our hearts are just filled with this gratitude. Thank you for your song.
Thank you.
Thank you, each of you that is here. Thank you, Robin, and all of the people here, and all of you who listen later. We know that some of you asked us to share this later. We are truly grateful to be here. Again, the resources for this ceremony, we'll put them all on YouTube also. It'll probably take us a day to get it all posted. Karen Drucker sings, some of those songs were hers. And then also Pam and Don have CDs. So with their music and just like the last song, I always call it the fairy song. So anyway, you can find them. We'll put that on our YouTube as well. And you can find them again on Facebook too. The information on the ceremony is always on our website, ReikiLifestyle.com. And then also what we sent out in the recent email has a bunch of links to everything so you can find it easily. We wish you all many blessings. Thank you. Thank you so much to all of you. Great love. Let's go ahead and just join in a big circle with air hugs and love to all and many blessings for this Thanksgiving and for those of you in other countries that are celebrating different things and those of you that are by yourself, just many, many blessings. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Aho, amen. Ashe, namaste. And so it is. Oh. I know normally when we leave the stage, it's like everybody's hugging. So just big air hugs to each of you now. So many blessings. Thank you all. And so for those of you that are new here today, we will, you are welcome to come back next week. We do a distance Reiki share every Tuesday morning. It's always free and open to everyone. So big blessings for a beautiful week. All right. Lots of love to everyone. Thank you. All right. I think this is it.